President Trump defending his deployment of National Guard troops to Chicago and Portland as a legal battle unfolds. He tells NTD attacks on ICE officers are part of a criminal insurrection and will face severe consequences. NTD's White House correspondent Iris Tao brings us the update.
And President Trump told NTD on Monday that he believes that the rampant attacks on ICE agents in cities like Chicago are part of a criminal insurrection and that these attackers will be severely punished. He also defends his deployment of National Guard troops to cities like Chicago and Portland, saying that he has no choice but to save these cities. Secretary Noem saying that some of these attackers are actually organized and they're planning to kill and ambush these officers. What are the consequences for these?
Very severe. We're going to have very severe. We're going to find out who's going after our federal agents, whether it's National Guard or the military or anybody. I mean, if women raped and beaten and knocked to hell, and the same with men where they're being shot all over the place in large numbers, it's going to be lost if you don't do it. We have no choice but to do this.
A legal showdown is unfolding as Democratic officials in Oregon and Illinois today sued the Trump administration over its order to deploy National Guard troops to their cities. A judge on Sunday blocked the administration's deployment of National Guard troops from other states to Portland. But the administration has filed an emergency appeal seeking to proceed with the deployment and insisting that the president does have the authority to send the troops in. And meanwhile, as we're seeing a surge in attacks on ICE, including a shooting in Dallas targeting an ICE facility, as well as just this past weekend in Chicago, where 10 cars were zoning in on ICE agents and another car was trying to ram into an ICE vehicle. A White House Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller told NTD today that he believes such attacks are part of organized domestic terrorism. To what extent does the administration believe that such attacks are organized?
As I've said repeatedly, this is organized domestic terrorism. So when you have a 10-car ramming attack with armed attackers clearly intending to murder ICE officers in the conduct of their duties, what else can you call that?
And President Trump says he will invoke the Insurrection Act if judges and local officials continue holding up and impeding administration's efforts in making these cities safe. Reporting from the White House, Iris Tao, NTD News.